distinguished delegates, honored leaders, leaders of leaders, representatives of nations, and members of the global community. I stand before you today not merely to present an idea, but to articulate a necessary shift in human consciousness, one that will define the trajectory of our shared future. We are living at the threshold of a transition from a world that has, for generations, normalized inconsistency, fragmentation, and misalignment, into a world that must now be governed by intention, responsibility, and clarity. This emerging framework, what I refer to as the New Earth, is not a distant abstraction. It is a necessary evolution. For decades, and even centuries, many of the most essential aspects of human life have been approached without the level of seriousness they require. Marriage has been often entered without preparation. Human connection has been formed without alignment. Sexuality has been engaged without full awareness of its psychological and social implications. Friendships have been sustained without regard for their influence on individual development, and self-awareness has too often been postponed, avoided, or overlooked. The result has been measurable: rising instability in family structures, increasing mental health challenges, erosion of trust in relationships, and a global population that, in many cases, struggles to distinguish between what is essential and what is optional. Allow me to illustrate this with a practical example. In many societies today, individuals enter intimate relationships based primarily on immediate emotional connection or external factors such as convenience or validation. However, without foundational alignment, shared values, mutual understanding, and long-term vision, these relationships often deteriorate. This is not a matter of isolated cases. It is a widespread pattern, and the consequences extend beyond the individuals involved, impacting families, communities, and ultimately societal cohesion. Similarly, we observe environments where individuals remain connected to social circles that do not support their growth. Professional stagnation, diminished self-esteem, and compromised decision-making often follow. These are not simply personal challenges. They are systemic outcomes of a culture that has not consistently emphasized intentional living. In the newer framework, however, this approach must change. We must begin to treat the fundamental components of human life with the seriousness they deserve. Marriage, for instance, must be understood not merely as a personal choice, but as a structured and intentional partnership. It is the union that carries social, economic, and generational implications. As such, it requires preparation, compatibility, and a shared commitment to long-term stability. Sexuality must be approached with a comprehensive understanding of its impact, not only physical, but emotional and psychological. Policies, education systems, and cultural narratives must reflect this reality. The goal is not restriction, but responsibility. Friendships and social environments must be evaluated through the lens of alignment and mutual development. Individuals must be empowered to recognize the influence of their surroundings and to make decisions that support their growth and well-being. Equally important is the cultivation of introspection. In a rapidly evolving world, the ability for individuals to assess their own behaviors, patterns, and motivations is essential. This is not merely a philosophical exercise. It is a practical necessity for leadership, decision-making, and societal contribution. Self-respect and self-awareness must become foundational principles. When individuals operate from a place of internal stability, they are less likely to engage in behaviors that lead to conflict, instability, or harm. This has direct implications for public health, economic productivity, and social harmony. Distinguished delegates, the new Earth is not defined by technological advancement alone. It is defined by human alignment. This requires a cultural shift, a shift from reactive living to intentional living, from impulsive decision-making to informed and aligned action, from external validation to internal clarity. To be clear, this transition will not be universally embraced at first. There will be resistance. There will be skepticism. Some will argue that such an approach is overly structured or restrictive. However, it is important to recognize that the current trajectory, characterized by inconsistency and lack of alignment, has already demonstrated its limitations. The objective is not to impose uniformity. The objective is to establish a framework where individuals and societies can operate from greater clarity, stability, and purpose. In practical terms, this means strengthening education systems to include emotional intelligence, relational understanding, and self-awareness, encouraging policies that support stable family structures and responsible partnership formation, promoting public health initiatives that address not only physical well-being, but also emotional and psychological integrity, and fostering environments, both professional and social, that prioritizes growth, alignment, and mutual respect. The new Earth is not an exclusive concept. It is an inclusive evolution. However, participation requires acknowledgement of a fundamental truth. The quality of our global future is directly linked to the quality of our individual and collective decisions. Distinguished leaders, we are no longer in a position to treat the essential aspects of human life as secondary considerations. They are central, they are foundational, and they must be addressed with the seriousness they warrant. The question before us is not whether change is coming. Change is already on the way. The question is whether we will meet it with intention or be forced to respond to its consequences. I invite you, each of you, to consider how these principles can be integrated into your respective nations, institutions, and communities, not as abstract ideals, but as actionable frameworks. Because the new Earth will not be defined by declarations alone. It will be defined by implementation. And those who lead in this transition will not only shape our nations, they will shape the future of humanity itself. Thank you.
We carry the dawn together, and together we rise.
From the heart of the sun, a chosen light rises, the child of the sun.
There comes a moment when presence alone shifts the world.
Harmony, compassion, justice, not ideals, the foundation of what comes next.
Decree of the Celestial Order and the chosen leadership, hear the proclamation of divine vibrational sovereignty. From this day forward, all divine beings shall elevate and sustain their frequencies at the highest attainable.
They were called just like we were called. They were chosen just like we were chosen. They were given gifts, sacred gifts, divine assignments, but instead of alignment, they chose the shortcut into currency. Pennies on the dollar for something that was priceless. And now, the gifts are gone, stripped, removed, disconnected from the source. They refuse to honor.
They ignored correction in the unseen, so now they answer in the seen. This is not revenge. This is order.
There was a time when peace was only a dream, but today, we make it the standard.
For generations, humanity has pursued peace. Today, we structure it. But peace must become a system, structured, protected, and universal.
Peace becomes the standard. Aligned across all nations, all people. Lives. Where leadership stands, peace is enforced.
You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong.
Step outside. Step. Breathe it in. There's more out here, waiting to be heard.
For centuries, the world has needed guardians no one could name. We move where others can't see.
We go where governments can't.
We are the shield in the dark. And when the world breaks, we never have. The world won't stop breaking.
Then we won't stop holding it together.
And when we choose courage over comfort, we don't just win, we change the world.
Watch what happens when no one's watching.
Who handed me that file? Huh? You made me look like a fool out there. I
can't believe this. Do you ever get any?
In this family, love is power.
One of us has to die. Then it won't be me.
You ever start healing and suddenly you can't tolerate anybody?
This is what awakening feels like.
Heal through laughter. They wanted wealth. They wanted power. They chose darkness. But black magic never gives without taking more. For worldly gain, the cost is the soul.
You felt it. The pressure, the constant test. That's the chosen one Olympics. Honey traps. Low-level dummies thrown at you without even knowing why. Now it's confirmed. DNA studies link you to pharaohs, kings, queens.
We have to stand together and make this change happen. Because the world is watching right now.
If you feel it in your heart.
Drop that party mode.
This is bigger than us. Hit the like, hit the share.
We are the movement.
What if this wasn't goodbye, but a passage into something greater? Ethereal passage.
For generations, our world has waited for a shepherd who would guide us beyond the edges of what we know. As the appointed guardian of nearly 400 million beloved chosen ones, I stand watch.
TNT Initiative's beatific seal of the 144,000. To the 144,000, the chosen who carry the eternal light of the Almighty. This work is for every soul who is awake.
So what exactly is TNT Initiative? First, ceremonial creative direction. Every emblem, every decree, every transmission sharpened to absolute clarity. Second, organizational framework structured like...
We are the 144,000, a divinely anointed collective tasked with fulfilling the next transformation for humanity. This opening statement sets the stage for a powerful narrative, highlighting our shared purpose and the significance of every individual within this group. Each member is not just a part of the collective, they are a vital thread in a magnificent tapestry, woven together by the threads of unity and divine intention. In this collective, no one person holds a position of greater value than another. Every role, whether it be a chosen leader or a dedicated team member in sanitation management, is equally crucial to the mission. Imagine a woven fabric. Each thread plays a significant role in creating the whole. If one thread breaks, the entire fabric weakens. There is a profound beauty in diversity, as it enriches our collective mission and strengthens our bond. Each voice, each contribution, is a testament to the importance of unity in our vision. The interconnected nature of our work cannot be overstated. If even one person ceases their mission, it could disrupt the intricate design of our collective objectives. Each task, no matter how seemingly minor, is a piece of a larger puzzle. This intricate dance of collaboration ensures that we remain moving towards our divine purpose, and reinforces the critical importance that every individual's engagement holds in this grand endeavor. Every role is indispensable. Together we create a symphony of action, resonating with the energy of the universe. As we come to a close, we must remember the uplifting spirit that binds us together. Together, we are strong together. We fulfill the divine plan. Each of us in our unique role is essential to the greater mission. Our collective strength lies in our unity, and it is this unity that will propel us forward in love, compassion, and understanding. Let the images of hands clasped in a circle, a glowing orb of collective energy, and a beautifully woven tapestry be a reminder of the power we hold as one. For those who feel the call to understand more about this journey, the TNT Initiative welcomes you to reach out. We are building a community of like-minded individuals, and we invite you to join us on this transformative path. Together, we shine as a beacon of hope. As the video concludes, remember our phrase, TNT Initiative, our race's universal hope. Let that sentiment resonate in your heart as we foster a world defined by unity and equality.
It's not random. They're activating.
We can't control them anymore.
It's already happening.
Blue one to command, altitude 40 meters, maintaining course.
Neural signature climbing. He's resisting the net.
Hold him steady. I want eyes on every spike.
Something's wrong.
Stand by for breach.
Breach! 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 Sir, stay right there. Hands where I can see him.
Target confirmed. You won't see it until it's too late.
The next transformation. Most people receive and immediately consume and wonder why nothing ever grows. The Chosen move differently. They protect the principle and let the returns feed the future. Protect what you earn. Build what lasts. Let your money work for you. Principal Guard.
Your life changes when your energy changes. Speak life. Protect your energy. Choose peace. Forgive. Stay present. Connect to something greater. When you honor these rules, you don't just rise above, you radiate. Keep your light steady. The world feels it.
The world evolving faster than any algorithm. The call for leaders is louder than ever. Not rulers, not managers, leaders. People willing to step into the unknown with courage and humility.
People are not failing. They're unaligned. This is not a talk show, it's a system. Begin your alignment.
2030, we arrived at the great bifurcation. Two futures diverging before our eyes. One path of fragmentation, another of renewal. Beyond it lies 2045, the next.
You were never meant to surrender your authority. You were conditioned to give it away. The Sovereignty Code is the field manual for the chosen. Pragmatic clarity for modern life, energetic protection without fear, boundaries with calm power.
Chosen leader.
Protecting the divine house of Judah.
Why do I call the Creator Dad? Because I was never alone. I was guided, corrected, protected. That's my dad.
He's got more money than he'll ever need.
They're trying to claim your inheritance, and the judges in their coven. Their bills are drowning them, and they want your money to pay their debts. Spirit says, don't be nervous. Everything will be okay. This treasure was set aside.
Sir, stay right there. Hands where I can see him.
Target confirmed. You won't see it until it's too late.
History demands leadership when direction is needed most. The world is watching.
Today we declare the framework for sovereign abundance, not by chance, by design. It is not charity, it is alignment. We share knowledge, we build systems.
age of direction has begun.
When the world demanded truth, only the real could stand. Who are you when nothing can be hidden? Only the aligned rise.
The chosen do not stand above humanity. They stand with it. Forgiveness is here. You are released. You are welcome.
It was never about the resource. It was always about the mindset.
Information comes in. It's reviewed, refined, and decided. Only what's aligned moves forward.
Stop searching. Start becoming. Purpose Pathfinder.
Anyone see me?
You weren't lost. You were removed.
Some disappear forever.
Chill.
You told me they erased me. How do I get back to them?
No one gets put back, not without a fight.
Then we fight.
The protocol's running now. When it finishes, your little girl won't even remember you existed.
Then we stop it before it finishes.
One day, everything you build will remain. The question is, will it be guided? Legacy Chest Protocol. Protect what continues.
Without structure, others decide. With structure, you decide. The Legacy Chest Protocol. Secure your legacy.
I didn't expect it to feel that real. It wasn't a dream. I remember everything.
We map the mind. Now, we guide it.
Entering guided state now.
Astral Transcendence Institute.
Human consciousness has always had limits, until now.
You're safe. We're with you the entire time.
For the first time in history, guided astral transition is possible. Safe, monitored.
For the first time,
You're safe. Stay with my voice.
consciousness can be guided beyond the body and safely returned. Guided sessions available wherever you are. Begin your journey.
Protecting the divine house of Judah.
For ages, darkness claimed authority over the Earth. That era is ending. The light is now taking over. A new Earth is in development, overseen by the Most High. The transition...
You're the president.
Are you serious?
Is this legal?
It is now.
Next question.
Attention all beings of light. The decree has been issued. Separate immediately from karmic individuals. Protect your energy. The time is now.
Wealth is not luxury, it is stewardship. 5 years, 5 million liquid. 20 years, exponential growth. 40 years, multi-billion status. Own. Build.
35. From Dubai Solar Prime to Manhattan's Global Pinnacle, Alvarius Capital Acquisitions rises across the world. Tokyo, Singapore, Toronto. Innovation at every horizon. From South.
4 firms, 1 vision. From the precision of Alvarius and Wells to the power of Dominion Law Group. From the community trust of the House of Justice to the open doors of Justice Bridge. Together they share training, technology.
History demands leadership. When direction is needed most, the world is watching.
A generation more connected than ever, but feeling less than ever. This isn't about sex. It's about connection.
In a world built to last, our connections keep us whole. Together we protect what matters, carrying life forward, generation to generation. New Earth continues.
to start with 100 million. Keep 2.5% in checking for daily moves, 12.5% in savings for safety, and place 85% to work. Manage for a 10% annual target.
The world is changing. Stay informed, stay aligned. Chosen Collective Global News.
At Universal Hope, every breakthrough, every action is guided by compassion. Because healing isn't just what we do, it's who we are.
There comes a moment when silence is no longer protection and awareness becomes law. To those who operate in secrecy, to those who manipulate, deceive, and attempt to control what is...
Healing has evolved from the body to the whole person to the essence of being. This is the continuum of medicine and the future of care.
Funny when they think you don't matter. Funny when they think you won't rise. But everything changes, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
We didn't guess. We measured. We engineered the experience.
We're holding the state.
Stability held. Transition is complete. Clarity arrives. Astral Transcendence Institute. Precision, control, discovery.
When the world races past you, pause. At the Astral Transcendence Institute, calm becomes clarity.
The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. This is only the beginning.
In times of great change, clarity must lead. When one is chosen to see ahead, wisdom is found in listening. Follow the guidance of Sebastianus, not from feet.
True power is not domination, it is mastery of self. If you wish to change the world, elevate the consciousness that shapes it. Be formless, be sovereign, lead the way.
Our arrows will blot out the sun.
Then we'll fight in the shade.
Hold.
Wait.
Let the age of abundance begin.
Before the world is guided, it must be aligned. A council beyond opinion, beyond politics, aligned with divine order. The transmission begins.
For centuries, the world has needed guardians no one could name. We move where others can't see.
We go where governments can't.
We are the shield in the dark. And when the world breaks, we never have. The world won't stop breaking.
Then we won't stop holding it together.
Requires clarity, stability, and trust. That's why we operate above the old world compensation paradigm. Elevated stewardship compensation framework. Resourcing responsibility. Protecting
I'm not crazy. I just see everything.
Come on, Micah, let him have it! Bring that energy! Let's go!
Did that, Star? I'm telling you.
Appreciate you always.
We got it all on video. You were flawless.
The whole crowd was living for you, Micah. Feels like we did it together, yeah?
Always. House is proud.
Hold still. Let me get this class. There. Breathe.
That's how we like it. Let him feel it.
This is not a show. This is culture. The Vanguard Ballroom Championship.
Capital isn't abstract. It's infrastructure. 5 years, 5 million liquid per member. 20 years, compound growth at scale. 40 years, multi-billion status.
I'm alive. And I need to say this. Greed is tearing families apart. My own relatives spread lies, told the world I was gone just to grab my inheritance. That hunger for money eats at the soul. It blinds people.
Leadership is a promise we make to the people who place their trust in us. It's about listening, owning our choices, and doing the right thing when no one is watching. As you
Delegates from across the globe are in Geneva tonight for the first Global Orbital Stability Summit. They're seeking a binding agreement on space traffic coordination and debris mitigation. Here's
Across galaxies, across time, a federation stands watch. Not as rulers, but as guard. They stood unseen until we were ready to see. And now, the veil is lifted. All across the world, we looked up together. And for the first time, we felt safe. They are not coming. They have always been here.
The Celestial Dynasty. Your shield. Every choice has a consequence. You chose the game.
So what exactly is TNT Initiative? It is creative direction. Every emblem refined. Every symbol perfected. It is organizational clarity. Framework structured like sacred law. Guiding every...
So what exactly is TNT Initiative? It is the architecture of destiny. Every framework aligned. Every decree sharpened. It is the sacred transmission. Weekly broadcasts that awaken the collective and...
So what exactly is TNT Initiative? First, ceremonial creative direction. Every emblem, every decree, every transmission sharpened to absolute clarity. Second, organizational framework structured like
nation. So what exactly is TNT Initiative? It's the transmission nexus of tomorrow, where sacred clarity meets unstoppable creative fire. It's decree, style messaging sharpened to perfection, every emblem refined, every symbol aligned. It's not just...
So what exactly makes TNT Initiative unstoppable? First, ceremonial creative direction. Every emblem, every decree, every transmission sharpened to absolute clarity. Second, organizational framework structured like sacred law, guiding every collective action with precision.
They were called pets. Now, they are soft citizens. Care is no longer optional. Right. Because every life deserves dignity. Learn how you can stand for them.
Your life changes when your energy changes. Speak life, protect your energy, choose peace, forgive, stay present, connect to something greater. When you honor these rules, you don't just rise above, you radiate. Keep your light steady. The world feels it.
Earth's orbit is reaching a critical threshold. Now, the world unites. The United Space Industry Alliance, securing humanity's future in orbit.
You're the problem! You're the problem! You're the problem! You're the problem! You're the problem!
Know the difference.
For those who lead a covenant sealed in honor, fidelity, and purpose. The standard is higher.
Where purpose meets precision. Learn, certify, lead. The portal of divine awakening, the command center for conscious leadership.
For thousands of years, humanity has told stories about who we are, but history was shaped by power and sometimes by illusion. Science now reveals what's true. One story, one body, all of us.
Is declining, but humanity's search for God is rising. This is not the end. This is the beginning of cosmic governance. A structure becomes a planet becomes a network, and that network becomes the conscience of our species. We build paths for those who will follow. Earth's orbit is reaching a critical threshold. Now, the world unites. The United Space Industry Alliance, securing humanity's future in orbit.
There is a voice that does not shout, but it knows.
Great resume. We'll be in touch.
Thank you.
Radiance Whitening Serum. Reveal your true glow.
Equal rights! Equal life!
It's not just about views.
It's about impact.
We tell the stories that uplift.
And we reach everyone, everywhere.
Live together. The future of conscious media.
Power isn't given.
It's inherited.
They ask for success, and darkness answers. But what comes through darkness brings destruction with it. Some things are too expensive to buy.
Family is forever.
They said it was just dinner.
You were chosen to be consumed. When power runs in your blood,
And come take it. Them back, you know you want to.
No.
Growth.
My lower self is like, text them back, you know you want to. And my higher self is just sitting there, no. Growth. My higher self block people, my lower self misses.
Your soul.
You are not lost. You are becoming.
Everyone looks to you, but who do you look to? Which one are you?
The Pillar of Seven.
Together, we are the Pillar of Seven, offices of our beloved chosen leader. For every soul,
who calls this place home. Together, we rise.
This is a TNTI Global Media Emergency Broadcast. We interrupt all programming with a historic global update. In a landmark ruling, the Chosen Collective has secured cited in favor of the collective on multiple counts, citing coordinated interference efforts, financial manipulation attempts, and systematic obstruction of rightful access and advancement, a precedent set to parent viewing. This ruling marks a turning point, a clear affirmation that interference will not stand and that accountability has arrived.
I'm ready.
In the glow of renewal, we are reminded that service is not a burden, but a gift. Let us rise as the phoenix does, not merely remind us that from ash, hope is born again. We do not carry this light alone. Together, we keep it alive.
Before humanity remembers, guardians were placed among them. Sovereigns, primordials, healers, guardians, messengers, placed among humanity and the light they carry.
They were called pets. Now, they are soft citizens. Care is no longer optional. Right. Because every life deserves dignity. Learn how you can stand for them.
Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest trick of control is making us police ourselves. In stores everywhere, our movements are tracked, our bodies profiled, and our people hired to watch their own. This isn't a...
They told you there's not enough, while abundance sat untouched. Scarcity is learned.
They judged him over sugar. They never knew his value. Perception is shallow. Abundance is real.
No, I never said that. You're too sensitive.
History demands leadership when direction is needed most. The world is watching.
Break the loop.
Each. Empty shelves while water is resold at 10 times the price. Life-saving medicines stockpiled as people wait. Hotel rates tripled because people have nowhere else to go. But abundance builds...
Our arrows will blot out the sun.
Then we'll fight in the shade.
Compete in truth.
They were called just like we were called. They were chosen just like we were chosen. They were given gifts, sacred gifts, divine assignments, but instead of alignment, they chose the shortcut into currency. Pennies on the dollar for something that was priceless. And now, the gifts are gone, stripped, removed, disconnected from the source. They refuse to honor. They ignored correction in the unseen,
So now they answer in the scene. This is not revenge. This is order.
For centuries, the world has needed guardians no one could name. We move where others can't see.
We go where governments can't.
We are the shield in the dark. And when the world breaks, we never have. The world won't stop breaking.
Then we won't stop holding it together.
The world holds its breath. Something unseen is moving. Not a conquest, an alignment. A new Earth is rising. The alignment has begun.
From Dubai's Solar Prime to Manhattan's Global Pinnacle, Alvarius Capital Acquisitions rises across the world. Tokyo, Singapore, Toronto. Innovation at every horizon. From South...
Haiti rises. From survival to sovereignty. A new era begins.
The desperation phase is over. Every last attempt has failed. What was hidden is now returning. Order is restoring.
Where growth demands structure, protection demands clarity, a system built on responsibility and governed by standard. The Chosen Defense Mandate.
And when we choose courage over comfort, we don't just win, we change the world.
Watch what happens when no one's watching.
Who handed me that file? Huh? You made me look like a fool out there. I can't believe this.
Do you ever get any?
The world forgot how to love. But the divine has returned with sacred guidance. Join the Celestial Institute. Restore love to the earth.
Standards, certification, innovation. The future will be verified.
True leadership is not seen, it is felt. This is the director.
We live our lives, believing these moments are simply ours. How close we've come. And how often something intervened.
Now all guardians take their place, silent as the night, steady as the dawn, to keep the world turning freely and the people beneath at peace.
You are either evolving or repeating.
In a world that moves faster than ever, stability matters. Security, stewardship, vision. Built for today, designed for generations. Global reach and Operation Infamous. Visit ChosenSovereign.com to begin.
For thousands of years, humanity has told stories about who we are, but history was shaped by power and sometimes by illusion. Science now reveals what should. One story, one body, all of us.
What if science was only half the equation?
Arcane Collegium, expanding knowledge beyond the visible.
In a world rebuilding its order, policy must be enforced with precision, not by fear, but by structure. Accountable, disciplined, unified. EC.
1 to command, altitude 40 meters, maintaining course.
Neural signature climbing.
He's resisting the net.
Hold him steady. I want eyes on every spike.
Something's wrong.
Stand by for breach.
Breach! Breach! Breach!
Sir, stay right there.
Hands where I can see him.
Target confirmed. You won't see it until it's too late.
The next transformation. Something is changing. The systems you know are no longer enough. A new structure is being built. Alignment, abundance, evolution, continuity. Enter and begin.